In the village of Mirasol, tucked between the sea and the sky, there lived a girl named Celine who was born during a storm so fierce that the midwife swore lightning had struck the roof the moment she cried. From that day on, Celine was followed by weather. When she laughed, the sun came out. When she was angry, thunder rolled even on clear days. When she cried, rain fell only on the roof of her house, as though the sky itself was comforting her. The villagers called her Little Storm Child and kept a respectful distance. Celine hated it. She wanted to be ordinary. One summer day ordinary. On the morning she turned 16, the sky was perfect, blue, endless, and cruelly cheerful. Celine stood on the cliffs and shouted at it. "I'm tired of being your toy. Leave me alone." A single cloud, small and puffy as a lamb, drifted down until it hovered right in front of her face. Celine had never seen a cloud so close. It smelled like rain on hot stones and her mother's hair. Without thinking, she opened her mouth and bit it. The cloud tasted like cold sugar and distant thunder. She swallowed. The sky went silent. Not a breath of wind. Even the waves stopped clapping. Then Celine's feet left the ground. She rose slowly at first, then faster, hair streaming, arms flailing, until she was level with the gulls. Higher. Higher. Past the church steeple, past the migrating storks, until she floated among the other clouds that looked at her with round, shocked eyes. Down below, the village became a postage stamp. Her mother ran out of the bakery waving a flower-covered apron and screaming her name, but the sound arrived tiny and late. Celine tried to scream too, but her throat was full of cold mist. A very old cloud, long and silver like a grandfather's beard, drifted close. "You ate one of us," it rumbled. "That is not allowed." "I didn't know," Celine said, voice shaking. "I just wanted the weather to leave me alone." The old cloud sighed, and far below, a gentle rain began to fall on Mirasol. "Everything is connected," it said. "You carry weather in your blood. Eating a cloud has made you part cloud. Now you belong up here until balance is restored." "What balance?" Celine asked. "The cloud you swallowed had a job," the old cloud explained. "It was carrying sorrow from the village. A widow's grief, a fisherman's fear of the coming storm season, a boy's heartbreak. Clouds carry what people cannot. You stole that sorrow and now it lives inside you." Celine felt it then, heavy, cold, pressing against her ribs like frozen stones. "I don't want it," she whispered. "No one ever does," the cloud said kindly. "But someone must carry it until it turns into rain and falls away." "How long?" "Until you turn the sorrow into something else. Joy, perhaps. Or understanding. Only then can you return home." Celine spent days, or weeks, time is strange among clouds, drifting with the herd. She learned their language of wind whispers and silver linings. She met the tiny cloud she had eaten. Its name was Luma, and it was not angry, only sad that its work was unfinished. Together they traveled across oceans and deserts, forests. Wherever people suffered, clouds gathered above them like gentle nurses. Celine watched Luma comfort a city that had lost its river, watched it water a battlefield so poppies could grow the next spring. Slowly, the frozen stones inside Celine began to melt. One night, over a mountain village celebrating a wedding, fireworks cracked open the sky. Children laughed. Old couples danced though their knees hurt. Someone played a scratched violin under paper lanterns. Celine felt something rise in her chest, warm, bright, unstoppable. She laughed. For the first time since swallowing the cloud, she truly laughed. The sorrow inside her turned into golden rain that fell only on the wedding guests, making their clothes shine and their hearts light. Luma, now fully reformed beside her, glowed brighter than the moon. "It is done," it said. "You turned grief into celebration. Balance is restored." The old silver cloud appeared again. You may go home now, storm child. Celine looked down. Mirasol was directly beneath her, small and perfect, the sea glittering like scattered coins. Will the weather still follow me? She asked. Yes, the cloud said. But now you understand it is not a curse. It is a conversation. Celine let herself fall. She dropped through the sky like a shooting star in reverse, hair full of lightning, eyes full of rainbows. The village square rushed up to meet her. She landed softly in the fountain, water splashing everywhere. Her mother ran to her, crying and laughing at once. The whole village gathered. Celine stood dripping and smiling. That night there was a festival no one had planned. The sky put on its finest show, northern lights dancing with ordinary stars, warm rain that smelled like jasmine, thunder that sounded exactly like drums. And whenever someone in Mirasol felt too heavy with sorrow, they looked up at the sky and saw a girl-shaped cloud waving at them. Years later, old women would say, if you are very quiet on summer evenings, you can still hear Celine and Luma laughing together, reminding the world that even storms are born from love. And in the village of Mirasol, no one ever feared the weather again. They just listened. The end.